So joining us now is Gal Lufft. He is the author of *De-Dollarization*, also the co-director for the Institute for the Analysis of Global Security in Washington, D.C. Gal, were you surprised when you heard the reports that Saudi may potentially price their oil in Chinese yuan?
Not at all. In fact, we predicted it in the book already in 2019. We saw it coming. And the reason is that it's not, there are geopolitical reasons, of course, having to do with decline in U.S.-Saudi relations, but there are also economic reasons that, China is now the main export destination of Saudi oil. The future is tied to China. And also, they don't want to own too many of those dollars. And like several other countries that are now reconsidering their portfolio allocation in terms of currencies that their central banks are holding. In the past 8 months, we've had 2 cases in which the government of the United States froze central bank assets. The first time was in Afghanistan and now with Russia. This is unprecedented. And it sends a message to central bankers that maybe it's time to diversify your portfolio, not keep all your eggs in one basket.
Is it not the case, though, that if certain countries behave themselves, the U.S. may not have any reason to freeze their assets like we saw in Russia recently, for example?
Yeah, but that's not how they see it. This is the narrative that we can tell ourselves. That if everybody behaves exactly like we want them to behave, there will be no reason to pick a fight with us. But that's not how those countries see the reality. They have a very different narrative and very different perspective of their role in the world, and quite frankly, about the behavior of the United States. So this is not a place where you can arbitrate it or negotiate it. This is how they see the world, and they are preparing accordingly.
And now we know that about 80% of oil deals are done in U.S. dollars. We know there's a massive amount of dollar-denominated debt outside of the United States, so there's high demand for dollars. If it were the case, as you're describing, were to go the opposite way, people don't want to start to hold dollars, they want to shift away from the dollar, what would it mean for America?
It will simply mean that we will not have the ability to run those crazy deficits that we have been running. On a normal year, we run about $1 trillion deficit. The past 2 years have not been so normal, so we've had $2 and $3 trillion a year deficit. This is not sustainable. And if you want to run deficits in the trillions, you need somebody to fund this. And as long as people had faith in the dollar, they were willing to do it. But this is changing, and it's changing quite fast. Even I'm surprised how fast it's all happening. So the implication is we're not going to be able to have this cheap money. We're not going to be able to run those big deficits. It means less money for the U.S. government to spend on defense, education, health, whatever.
One for us to watch. Gal Lufft, the author of *De-Dollarization*. Appreciate it. Thank you.